Hi, everybody. It is October. It is October 16, 2024. Sure hope you're all doing okay. Wow. All right. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a dangerous mess. It's a mess that causes so much suffering. That's what we're in today. And unless the people unite, we're going to see more of it. Hey, Tony. Okay, cool. Check out, oh, man, Tony Punch, who is in the chat a whole lot, has a Rumble channel, and the Rumble channel name is, look, don't take personally anything. I don't have a mind anymore that remembers things. Is it the Ethan Media 22? Is that the name of it on Rumble? Oh, I can't stand my brain. I can't stand it. Analog Synth Player. Hello, Alicia DeMoss, Angelos, and Sandra. Geofactor 3, L24. Thank you. Andrew Cruz. Hi. Yeah, you have to come in just as I go live. It's like, it's not a conspiracy theory. He does it. He does it purposely. Ow. Ow. Okay. Speak amongst yourselves for a moment. Okay. I just have to feed him. Okay. He has to have dessert before he has dinner. So, yeah, I just gave him some treats. My lives are just so much fun, aren't they? Julio, hi. The 90s Brooklynite. Hey, you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Michael Mossberg. Hello. Okay, here you go. Hi, Kim Blanchard. Hello. 25 degrees cooler today. Wow. Yeah, these temperature ranges, I don't like them. I don't like our temperature even being controlled. And it is. We sure do know that it is. Yeah. Yes, they do connect together. The nanotechnology, the nanobots, they have their GPSs. They can send and receive data. They can actually move along. They can increase their speed, connecting together to bring about a much bigger cloud for a whole lot of rain on a bigger scale. Kim Blanchard, hi. Barbarous Heartbreaker, Joni, Blues, Man Sunny, Fournier, hey, James B. So, Christopher, hello. Barb in Ohio, hello, hello, hello. Oracle 11. Eli Buchanan, Louisiana Skywatch. Hi. Patricia White. Ezra, Julie, Silent Walk, Crystal, Ingram, Philam. Hello. If I have missed somebody, I apologize, but I say hello. Tonette. Okay. 52 in Maryland. Well, guess what? They got snow in the Appalachian Mountains in North Carolina. Yeah, they got snow. So, I'm feeling a bit discombobulated because I tried to work on my computer. It's more silent now, but I'm trying to find a computer person here so that I may need a new fan. But breaking down my computer, shutting it down, cleaning it out, doing things I don't know really how to do. It took a lot of time. So, and yeah, I've come to a place where everything is important. Everything is important now. Everything that we are faced with. The reality of life has really, it's taking a toll on those who like to get a kind of as big a picture as I can get. And yeah, sometimes I just think to myself, I wish that I were one of those people that just focused on one particular agenda or one particular topic, subject. I do like to scrounge around and look at what is happening. And it's overwhelming. It is just simply overwhelming. What is it, Sweet Pea? What is it? It's really, but as far as I'm concerned, everything is very obvious now. So I have to ask my fellow Americans, not you guys, where are you? Where are you in this reality? Or are you even in the reality? Maybe you have just decided to do one of those new age things. I create my own reality. Oh, really? Okay. How's it going for you? Individuals have their reality, and then there's the collective reality, and you need to incorporate both. Very much so. And when you don't, you're a danger. You are a danger not only to yourself, but everybody around you. Because reality literally puts everybody on the same page. So, where are we as Americans? So not on the same page. Whole lot. Oh, they're not even on the same book, paragraph, whatever, the chapter. But I have really been focusing on Western North Carolina. The hurricanes, because people are really hurting, really hurting. Not that others have not heard tornadoes that have taken out their towns, hurricanes, Florida, those in South Carolina, all of the severe weather events that flooded out homes, destroyed homes, the wind that destroyed homes, all of the trees toppling on cars, all of the trees toppling on houses, all of the trees toppling and killing people throughout. Well, certainly we'll just limit it 2024. There's been an awful lot all over the country. How about the fires that have taken out homes in California? What's happening with the fire in Wyoming? And then you get off weather and you just look at the economy and you're like, okay, whoa, enough. So let me just take a quick look at radar. I'll show you what I have. And boy, do we definitely need to do something here. We have to, think about what we can do in our own communities so that people are not literally, not only are they being pushed off the cliff, but they're hitting ground hard and many are dying. Many are dying. So I did listen to a young guy, which I'll let you listen to. He wants to start an intentional community in the Appalachian Mountains. So, but yeah, if you listen to those compilation videos and there's an awful lot posting them, all of these people who are really struggling and asking, how are Americans making it today, right? With the bills, the utility bills, the rent skyrocketing, the food skyrocketing, the jobs that they literally hate, because the jobs are not giving any reward. They just don't anymore. So when I was their age, working, it didn't feel like I was a slave. The money that I made, you could still afford an apartment. You could buy food. You could go out and have a good time. That seems to be a thing of the past now, listening to all of these in the younger generations. It's a thing of the past. They're really suffering big time. So, all of you who have adult children who are really struggling and you can help them out, I hope you're helping them out. I really do. This is nothing that the baby boomers ever had to live. Unfortunately, a lot of the seniors today who are baby boomers are going homeless. But yeah, and I do hear an awful lot of people saying something's got to give. And I think to myself, nothing's going to give. Nothing's going to give. It's just going to get harder and harder. So, radar. Oh, look. Oh, look. Doppler radar. Right along the East Coast. Look at Colorado. Yeah. Very dangerous. And I feel for everybody affected by these extremely low frequencies, different frequencies, because the colors are an indication that they are emitting different frequencies. For what reason? Well, that's hard. You have to be on the inside to know. Whoa. Wow. Look at this precipitation, Nevada, Oregon border. Boom, it's gone. Yeah, that's normal. All of it is just so normal. It is so friggin' not normal. You got the extremely low frequencies blasting away Southern California. There they go. Okay. That's a pulse of frequency that is very powerful. So you have, in a very strange direction, supercells and right off the coast of Texas and Mexico, and heading west, and right along the coast here, Mexico, Texas, which is a little odd, but so is this beauty right off the East Coast. And you can see the frequencies in it. All of these sharp, pointy edges. No, that's not Mother Nature. So I doubt there's any severe weather alerts. None. Okay, that's good, right? Yeah. All right. Pass what, Tony? You were actually able to pass most of that to my younger son. Okay. That. Did I not share the screen? I'm tired. I came to the conclusion not too long ago that there's no graceful way of my leaving my YouTube career. Well, good for them, Linda. All my son's friends are fully Botoxed and fake eyelashes and nails with an expensive iPhone. They don't know what suffering is. Well, there are a few out there, but I would say they are suffering. They don't know it. If they have to be that artificial, something's wrong inside. So I apologize. I'll bring up radar again, and you can just take a quick look at. I am. So here are the frequencies in Colorado. Here is the disappearance of what appears to be precipitation, but probably not. But that's a heavy pulse of a frequency. You got the pointy edges over here, which that is also coming about due to frequencies. You have, oh wow, even since, like in 5 minutes, there were Doppler radar all along the East Coast that were firing up from the north right on down. And now we have more turned on. And yeah, this is definitely not. None of our weather is natural anymore. Extremely low frequencies blasting away in California. Boom, there it goes. Alrighty. And this in going west. We're going westward. All right. And there are no severe weather alerts. So, sorry about that. Let me show you what is going on. I do like reading the comments every now and then. Drone video, explosions and fire at Brookshire area propane facility, Houston.
November 16th, 2024. A powerful earthquake struck the eastern Turkish province of Malatya on Wednesday, causing significant damage and widespread panic.
I will post, you can watch the remaining minutes of destruction in Turkey. Yeah. So, what else? Florida. Floridians are still getting flooded out. Their homes getting destroyed with more flooding.
Residents along the Withlacoochee River are seeing their neighborhood turned into a pond as water levels from that river continue to rise. News Channel 8's Alessandra Young joins us live from Hernando County with how neighbors say they're dealing with all the stress of all that water. Alessandra.
Stacy, good afternoon. People here are continuing to pack up their things and evacuate their homes. Now, neighbors tell us they put up this marker yesterday, this green rope you can see right here, and this is how far the water has come since. Some people in the Riverdale community take a few steps out of their front door and they're past their ankles in water. Others would be totally submerged.
It's very unnerving to see it this close, this deep, and to come out this morning and see a current where there wasn't one yesterday. This was all road. You could see the road.
People like Jennifer Kern have lived here for 35 years, and the water from the Withlacoochee River is coming closer to her home. She says she's losing sleep.
It's hard to rest completely and feel relaxed. You're on edge. You're on guard. Every time I hear a sound, I'm looking to see who is it, what's going on.
Right around the corner, Christopher Smith and his wife are packing up their home.
Monday, left work early, started to get things out. Tuesday, went and got a U-Haul, got all of our big objects out. Today, just getting the small stuff out.
He says their lives have been impacted so much with the rising water. His son's bus stop has even changed locations.
It's stressful for them because now it's a whole new system, a new routine, and then worrying about, will we have a place and how long will it take to get that place back up and running?
Sherilyn Chambers is up the street saying she hopes the water starts receding before her home becomes an island.
It's basically
And I mean, it's devastation on top of devastation. We've had to watch our neighbors, which we're pretty much we're a very small community, and we're at a loss.
Live from there tonight, Georgia.
I said it's not just there in Florida. Other places in Florida. The rivers are rising, flooding apartment complexes, flooding homes.
Well, Stacey, the community has really rallied up to step up and help some of the residents here at the Standard by even donating items and dropping them off. But many residents told us they are still left without a roof over their head. Even worse, they're sleeping in their cars and in nearby parking lots. Clearwater Police says it was the most significant water rescue operation in Pinellas County history.
And we began to realize that it was basically about 5 feet deep all around the building.
1 week after Hurricane Milton made landfall, residents at the Standard apartment complex are struggling with no place to go.
We panicked because it was horrible. We're actually still sleeping on the streets today. My friend is sleeping with her 5-year-old child on the streets. I'm sleeping with my 2 children on the streets. It's horrible, and we have no answer, and we have nowhere to live.
Joseline Diaz is one of them. She told us she does not live in an evacuation zone, but she says her building saw at least 6 feet of rainfall flooding.
Our kids keep saying, "Mom, we're hungry. Mom, where can we lay down? Mom, I want a bed." It's horrible. We're literally on the street.
The main problem is that it's down, and when you get 14 inches of rain, there's no place for it to go, and so it flooded. And this isn't a real huge surprise because the same thing happened when Debbie came through, just not to the same extent.
More than 500 residents were rescued from their inundated homes. Residents took shelter on their neighbor's second balcony, and the Pinellas County community has stepped in to donate to help.
Thank you for your willingness to support. Obviously, it's a huge outpouring of support. At this time, the support is best provided at the shelters and at the places that have been designated for folks to be safe and sound tonight.
My name's Bruce Tozier. This is my grazing allotment that we're on here today. And some people come in and started building fences across our allotment, trying to claim about 1,500 acres of land as private land. And we're here taking the fence down today and not going to stand for it.
And when did it go up? Do you know?
I don't know when they started. I heard about it Monday.
And so you've been pretty busy.
Yeah, we've been riding on the cattle in the high country and trying to put up hay in the low country and get finished up for the season.
Basically, you know, it's not that I have any personal dog in any fights. This is public land, and public land is public. So whether, you know, if it's government taking public land, I'm opposed to that. If it's private citizens trying to take public lands, I'm opposed to that because it's public. And I believe in private property ownership, and I believe that if they have rights to private property, that those are their rights, and they should be able to, you know, to hold on to their land no matter what. But apparently, this isn't theirs. This is public, and so they don't have a right to put private property on public land.
My name is Barbara Middleton, and I'm happy to be out here getting this fence down because this is our land. I moved here from Connecticut 30 years ago to be able to be in this type of country. And now somebody wants to take it away, and we can't let it happen. I ride my horses out here. I hike out here. I bring my dogs for walks. I love this place. I'm here at least twice a week. I want it, and I'm not going to let it go away.
No one destroying anything. It's being removed, and we're doing it in a much gentler manner than it was put in.
There's always somebody who is trying to take control or take ownership of what they don't own. Screw everybody else. Apparently, these people were not informed. There was no discussion. We're just going to throw up these fences. And to hell with you? Well, good on them for taking it down. All right, I'm going to post a link to this because Hustlebitch does put out very good videos. The link is in the chat, and should you want to circulate it, click on that link. But I think most of you know, but no harm of hearing something once again for a few minutes.
The EPA recently approved an experimental use permit to Oxitec, a biotech company funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In an effort to fight malaria, Oxitec will soon release millions of genetically modified mosquitoes in various U.S. states. According to the NIH website, programs are being developed to allow human immunization via mosquito bite. It was Science magazine that coined the phrase, flying syringes.
Now, malaria is, of course, transmitted by mosquitoes. I brought some here so you could experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience. Those mosquitoes are not infected.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm sure they're not infected. In case you don't already know, that's Bill Gates who pulled that wild stunt during one of his infamous TED Talks. Now, usually we would chalk it up to a billionaire having fun by pulling off wild stunts, but in today's America, mosquitoes are anything but funny. In fact, right as I speak, these mosquitoes are wreaking havoc across the United States and killing people without any mercy.
Well, Doug and Antoinette, Acton is now one of several communities that is at high risk for Triple E and West Nile virus.
The city does daily testing and has found an increase in insects carrying West Nile virus.
It's a small town, and the idea that somebody already died from this before we'd even heard anything really about it is pretty scary.
Some mosquitoes spread viruses, and they are making people sick across the country. Hundreds of people have gotten West Nile.
Hey, Terrence and Sylvia. Well, we know mosquitoes thrive in these warm summer months, and cases are most common in areas near bodies of water. While Triple E is rare.
As you just heard, the scariest diseases spread by these mosquitoes are the West Nile disease and Eastern equine encephalitis, or Triple E as it's most commonly known.
All right, I'm posting the link again. But I have to wonder, how is it that people don't think it's a little suspect that one man gets to genetically modify mosquitoes and then release them to all of us? Have we as adults really so lost our power that we can't see how incredibly wrong that is? Especially when the flying syringes are going to be inoculating people, immunizing people. And that's Billy doing it. Okay. Well, yeah, apparently people are dying. Nope, wrong one. Where is it? Connecticut dad dies from rare mosquito-borne virus he caught in his own backyard. Okay. Richard Pulaski. EEE, fatal disease, but be very scared. He was just in his own backyard. Don't go outside anymore. And if you do, make sure you're covered with netting.
Has to be crushing your soul. It must be terrible to have that on your shoulders. Guys, this is Fernando doing another video for the More Survival.
21 years old. 21 years old. I do have to wonder, it's not muted. Okay. When you're pushing people into doing something that they don't want to do, whether you're an administrator of a school, you work for a university, you're a parent, you're an employer. You push them to do something they don't want to do, they end up doing it, and then they end up dead. How do you think those people who push people to do these things feel? I don't think any of them feel anything much at all. That's a problem, because they'll just keep pushing. Boy, do a whole lot of people need to be put in their place. All right, just a few minutes of this video here. Yes, they are getting rid of meat. Oh, and who might be behind that too? Billy. He's just behind everything because he wants to ensure that we have good health.
They know this would be the beginning of somebody getting a foothold into some part of the United States and potentially impacting the future of the meat business across the entire United States of America.
It seems like, okay, we're just shutting one facility down in Denver, but it really is catastrophic.
The entirety of the meat processing business is under attack.
This is not going to be the first, and potentially, it hasn't been the first, potentially not the last time that we see ballot initiatives like this.
I think they're being somewhat disingenuous in what their ultimate goal here is, which is to turn the entire world into no more meat eating. That's their goal. We just can't let that happen. It's just not okay to do that. And it's not okay to force anyone into an eating habit. Eat any way you want to eat. Eat as a vegetarian, eat as a meat eater. I don't care. It's America. But do not force the rest of us Americans to eat your way.
I didn't have my mic on. I'm sorry. Yeah, blues, sound. Okay, I'm not sound. All I said was they are getting rid of meat. The meat recalls, meat's going down fast. And everything, every good aspect of life is going down fast. Seniors, that's the group that has the highest number of people going homeless, the seniors. So when you have this going on in your country, you got something wrong with your country.
New at 5:30, it is a sign of the times. Many Florida seniors are struggling to make ends meet.
And sadly, it means that some of them are now dealing with homelessness. CBS News Miami's Maribel Rodriguez tells that story through the eyes of one such South Florida resident.
Tonight, a look at her powerful story and the local organizations stepping in to help.
This is 63-year-old Maria Navarro. She is among the thousands of seniors in South Florida in Miami-Dade, according to the Homeless Trust, who are struggling to make ends meet. Many on the brink of homelessness and others are homeless just like she is.
How hard is this for you to be sleeping here?
Maria says she is very depressing. At times, she will sleep when she can. She works every night as a security guard nearby at a shopping center 7 days a week, trying to make ends meet, but it's just not enough. Maria works overnight 2 days a week. We spoke to Ron Book with Homeless Trust, who says seniors are among the most vulnerable for homelessness.
We know that the fastest growing group of unhoused homeless individuals in our community and across the United States are senior citizens. That's why we've doubled down on our efforts to acquire housing so that we can quickly move senior citizens into some form of permanent supportive housing.
Meantime, for Maria and many others like her are using dumpster areas to shower.
This is where you shower. Te bañas aquí, you shower here. Con eso, y te echas agua.
And a car to sleep in and a shelter for their four-legged friend. They're hoping to find a warm bed to sleep on and a place to call home. So she works, she's homeless. Great. We'll see more of it. Food pantries.
Food pantry officials across the North Country are saying the same thing. They're helping more people, but donations are down. As they tell 7 News reporter Mark Mason Jr., there's a connection between those two things.
Stocked shelves at the Rhodey Center in Adams Center. The food pantry relies on donations in order to help people who otherwise might go without. Most of this last donation came from local businesses.
And if it wasn't for them, we would probably have half of what we had here, half here.
Now, food pantries are in a catch-22. More people are coming in for help because of the increased cost of groceries, but fewer people are donating food because of the increased cost of groceries.
It's hitting everybody's pockets hard, so donations coming in aren't as plentiful.
At the Urban Mission Pantry in Watertown, leaders are seeing food go out as quickly as it comes in.
We are starting to see people coming to our food pantry that have never come to a food pantry before. When we're doing their intake, they classify as middle class.
Over at the Carthage VEM Food Pantry, our timing happened to catch shelves nearly empty, while others were well stocked. This pantry's organizer says the prospect of being unable to help those in need of food is heartbreaking.
I have literally went home from here crying. So there's seniors that come in here or people with children, and it breaks my heart to see that. I went and yeah, I just can't deal with it.
One donor at the VEM tells us she helps because she knows how hard it can be to put food on the table.
I have 6 children, and so it was always a struggle to put good food on a table each night, but that was my main focus as a mom, to make sure I fed my family.
Now that Sliger is donating, she has a few tips. Donate toiletries because pantries can't buy them with grant money. Also, shop 2-for-1 deals. Keep one and then donate the other item to a local pantry at a time when more people are in need and fewer may be able to give. Mark Mason Jr., 7 News.
It's a real problem. Food pantries across the country are desperate for donations. So are animal shelters. All right, this is the video that I said in the very beginning, listening to this man who's in the Appalachian Mountains. And he says a lot of things that are very good, I think need to be heard. But yeah, there's not a lot of people who are having fun today.
Good morning. It's 6 o'clock.
Oh, wait. No, that's this man. Actually, just a few minutes of this man that I came across. After listening to him, these are channels that I don't subscribe to, but they were just on the feed. And I do like listening to just people's experiences and when they're posting what they're talking about. So, yeah, a whole lot of people are really struggling with their job for good reason. It's not because they're lazy. It's because their job is not giving them enough to actually live life. Their job, regardless of what the job is. That's what has happened across the board. They're not getting paid to, actually live life. They're just simply surviving. And a whole lot can't even survive with their pay, their paychecks. So,
AM, and I have 0 to no motivation to go to work today, which is a typical work day for me. Except for this week has been just that much more difficult with having the executives from the corporation at my house, per se. And yesterday, I got a phone call right before 5 o'clock from the school president saying, Millennial Steam, you need to be ready to deal with them in the morning as soon as you get here. Again, another reason why my first question to ChatGPT was, why does no one want to work anymore? And it said, it is rooted in several complex interrelated factors shaping the modern workforce. And again, it keeps giving me the same thing over and over again when I ask it similar questions. Like the AI understands that we're in a no-win situation with hourly work. Hourly work is a failed institution in this country, yet we all have to participate in the failure because there are no other options for lower tier jobs. And I'm just going to read you guys off the list really quick of what it says, why no one wants to work anymore. And it's simple: burnout, stress, stagnant wages, a lack of growth, and freelance work, and there's no life work balance. If you're down there making the minimum wage, you're goose.
you're screwed. The link is in the chat, and it was an interesting talk. But here we go to North Carolina.
Hey folks, thanks for clicking on this video.
Wait one sec, I want to get me out of there.
I mainly just want to talk about 13 days of no power or water and kind of what it made me think and rethink about society. Everyone's going back to the new normal, new normal or trying to return to what was normal. And I find myself doing the same now. And I just ask myself one question. Why? Why? What life am I returning to? I don't know about anyone else who's watching, but for me, as a millennial or zillennial, as they like to say, I'm just coming back to paycheck lifestyle. I'm coming back to an economy where I'm never going to be able to afford a home. And I don't really see things getting better. You know, they weren't great right now. Housing crisis is everywhere I go to. I am stuck working in the tourist industry, and that's all everyone is complaining about is tourism, tourism. Oh, we need more tourism. No one's going to be up here. Well, what the fuck? I'm sick of living in places where the town officials and everyone only focuses on building things and making things better for tourists because that's what draws in money. I get it. Well, move out, move away from those places. I've just always lived in the mountains my whole life. I'm from Montana and I moved out here naively thinking I could escape the tourism industry, you know, but nope, that's everywhere it seems. You know, if you don't I'm a laborer. I've, you know, worked in house painting and landscaping and construction, and now I'm just a maintenance tech. And I hate the fact that we set up these areas that no longer have logging or you know, coal mining, or just, I guess Montana was a lot of mining and logging too. So pretty much logging and mining areas, we didn't find any other alternative besides other people who have a lot of economic drive in their cities and in their areas where they live, because there's just so many people doing different things. And I guess I'm too small town to even think about how a big city actually works. But it's unfortunate that that's the only way we can find money, is from rich people coming out here and enjoying these scenic places where we live. And before all this, when I was out of high school, it was like I guess I went to college, you know, down in Nevada in 2013. So to be a line worker, working on power lines actually. And in 2014, I remember moving back to Montana and having my 2-bedroom, 1-bath little apartment for $650 a month. You know, that was 2014. 10 years later now. You know, you couldn't find anything like that for under 1500, you know, 1800 maybe, I'm being generous. And I moved down here to Boone area, and it was about, like, last year it was, you could find a place for like 2-bedroom, 2-bath about $1,000, you know, 1100. Now it's not 13, 1500. It just shot up like that. I barely made it in time to just get a decent one. I didn't even get a house that's $1,000 a month. I fucking wish. But what am I returning to? And you know, I'm not a fan of the Amish or their practices or, you know, their views fully on life. But what I do like is how a bunch of them all come together and just build a house in 4 days. Maybe, I think it's up to code. I'm sure it is, if they have to like live along with everyone in, you know, the community over there in Philly or Pennsylvania, I mean. So I don't see why all of us here, and not including me, but there's a lot of people who have it really bad still after this hurricane. And why don't we all just start building their homes? Everyone's worried about money and worried about uh, things coming back in. We already are building each other's homes back up and businesses, but we're just trying to go back to this economy that's poor and treats us like we're servants for their vacation time. And their vacation better be perfect and everything better be amazing because they're spending a lot of money to come out here. Well, fuck. I want to have a life where that's not, I can work anywhere in town, even if it's just a menial job, and I still can pay for my rent. You know, That should be the goal. If you're working, you should be able to pay for where you're living. I don't see why that's a big ass issue.
Nor do I. Nor should anyone. But that's not the case anymore. Nowhere in this country. You have an awful lot of people who are in working in the very elite towns. Some in Idaho, some in Wyoming, Colorado, and they can't afford to live in those towns. Yeah, we are slaves. Very much slaves. So he's talking about like what an awful lot of people, would also love to be talking about and doing, which is forget about this, very cruel system that has manifested, which is, you're going to work your butt off, and then you get to feel really anxious about, oh my God, I can't pay the bills, paycheck to paycheck. This is insane. It's utterly insane. You know that it's deliberate. We all do know, right? But people are really hurting, really struggling. The younger generations are really struggling now. And I don't know about you, but I feel for them. And as a baby boomer, yeah, it just... This is what we've left. Yeah. And we were so anti-authority, anti-government, dancing with the flowers in our hair. I didn't do that. I'm a young baby boomer. But look at who's in Congress. Look at who is in the White House. They're all baby boomers controlling. Oh, no, wait. They're the puppets. They're the ones with no moral character, no moral backbone, implementing all of these very new changes that are taking place that are destroying so many people's lives. Henderson County Church said donations for Helene victims were ransacked. Great, people stealing donations.
As we are continuing coverage now as communities recover from Hurricane Helene still, the pastor of a church, which is a supply distribution site for storm victims, says their stockpile has been stolen.
Scarlett Lizjak spoke to the pastor, who says it hasn't shaken the church's commitment to help a community hit hard by the storm.
We have several people in our church that their house is totally gone.
Chris Pacer is the pastor at Fruitland Baptist Church. He says in the days following the storm, his church and Fruitland Baptist Bible College teamed up to collect supplies for community members in need.
I had a gentleman that drove all the way from Kentucky yesterday and brought some very essential items that we've been looking for, like tarps and construction bags. And when I say bring some items, it was an entire U-Haul full of them.
We've just had such a gracious outpouring from all over the Southeast. We have had donations come in from Indiana, Mesa, Arizona.
Church and college officials say some people decided to take advantage of their generosity. We're told donations that were ready for distribution were ransacked.
We've had it 3 nights. We've had to pull in security now. We're having to pay security out of our budget to prevent that from happening. It's happening predominantly at night. There were 50 cars of looters. It was more of a mob type atmosphere.
Despite the setback, church and college officials say the work they are doing will continue.
A mob of 50? That doesn't sound like, an individual who really needed something. That sounds like an organized mob of stealing donations. So now the church has to pay for security out of their own pocket. So, yeah, I'm going to link to this video. I came across it. It was posted, I think, a couple of days ago. You want to see really what happened here in Western North Carolina and East Tennessee? This is a good video. Horses and people. I'm going to take myself off there.
Hey, from Appalachia. As you know, that's where I am. That's what I talk about. I wanted to show you what it looks like around West Virginia, where I am. This is an area that's not heavily impacted by what's going on right now. The average thing that we have going on is, as I discuss with you guys all the time, things here are old. The trees are old. So there are areas that you can't get to ever trim trees. And then these trees fall. That covers a road, and then there's water covering other parts of the road. That's the major problem that we're having here in West Virginia and a lot of different parts of Appalachia. It's the downed trees, then the down power lines, not being able to get to.
Sorry. Also West Virginia and areas of Virginia. Oh, yeah. A whole lot were affected by Hurricane Helene. Again, remember, comes into the coast, makes landfall in Florida, and does most of its destruction, 500, 800, 1,000 miles away. Ha! Whoa, that is some powerful hurricane. Seems selective.
To it, it's very difficult. It's a nightmare. Travel's atrocious as well. Now, my friends in North Carolina and the Tennessee border, which would be I-40, the interstate has washed into the river, which is you see right there, and it all started crumbling into the river. So there's no way in and out. The interstate's gone. They, as far as I had heard most recently, are isolated. You can't get in or out from these areas. Of course, that's devastating. And like love, thoughts, light, prayers, positivity, whatever, because we could all use it. Appalachia, we're not known for being wealthy folks. And when I say things are rural, as you can see, they are. My heart goes out to everyone, and everybody stay safe.
I wonder if I'll be alright. But I try my best to live without you. It's like you already gone.
So if you can't read this, it says the hardest part of preparing for a hurricane is turning out your babies. Telephone numbers on the horses.
But you're still in my arms, yeah. Best to live without you. Oh, I want to hold on, but you tell me I should.
Yo, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars.
I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. It's true. I will rescue.
So our house is in the middle of the river. Our bottom pasture is gone. Our room is underwater. I don't know how we're gonna get the trailer through the driveway. So yeah, we don't have flood insurance.
In reference to the video that I posted about the missing horse, she's not mine. Jenny and the baby are just fine. I'm just trying to spread awareness for a fellow East Tennessee horse person. However, East Tennessee was not prepared for any of this. We were told we were going to get some rain, which we've been in a severe drought for a month or so now. So we were not expecting flooding. We were not expecting any of this. My area did not get hit as hard, but Upper East Tennessee and Western North Carolina were hit very, very hard. It's not these people's fault that they were unprepared. We were not told how bad it was going to be until it was actively happening. Guys,
I want to show you what this flood's done. Everything on the farm drowned. Couldn't get everything out. We managed to save one horse. The rest of the horses are trapped next to the barn. We cut all the fences so they could try to get out. But everything's gone.
Today, I'm not going to complain about scooping poop. I'm not going to complain about having to blow out the paddock and pick up all the hay. I'm not going to complain about all the improvements that our barn and our property needs. The new fences that need to be installed, the preparations we need to make for winter so we don't have a lot of mud. I'm not going to complain about the expense of having and keeping a horse because they are safe, fed, dry, and have a roof over their head. I am so very grateful, but I'm also so deeply sad for those who didn't get their animals out in time.
So I just got out of the water. We're up at the local emergency operations center. They have a Starlink set up, and water rescues are continuous. So the mud is insane here. The amount of bridges that are out, the amount of landlocked, stranded people is unbelievable. There's still plenty of people completely unaccounted for. Keep these locals in your prayers, because I've been doing this since 2013. I got some guys with me that have done it 30 years, and they've never seen anything like this. It's wild. The pictures and videos are nothing compared to seeing it in person. I don't even know how it's possible that it happened. But
We know how it happened. But yeah, I'm going to post the link again. If a whole lot of people looking for their horses, and then they stumble along and find them, and the horses that didn't make it there, and it's not just horses, the magnitude of death, we still don't even know. Yeah. It's getting cold. Their mama still haven't found her babies. That mama.
There's
people's cars that they just paid off, washed away. I don't want to read this entire thing, so I just want you to know that it's subtitled so you can read it yourself.
And the good folks down in the mountain home, you'll have to take a vacation just to bury your bones. Is sunshine and roses on that TV screen? Those talking heads, they ain't seen what I've seen. I've seen a mother standing on top of her house, baby in her arms as it floated on down. I watched my brother hanging on that limb.
That's quite the ending. Yeah, man. But here, Oliver Anthony, who I believe is in West Virginia, went out to Western North Carolina to assist with search and rescue efforts, not just handing out supplies, but actively digging in the mud. He then performed live and slammed the administration for coming in for photo ops before leaving. Yeah.
This one goes out to all those spineless freaks and politicians, especially the ones who decide to just come take a picture here and then leave.
Okay, you guys want to cheer? Yeah.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. We're living in a new world with an old soul. These rich men know the rich men, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men, the rich men. Wish politicians would look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese. Come in, they're putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. We're living in a new world with an old soul. These rich men know the rich men, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men north of Richmond. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay. Thank you, guys.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. He's a talented guy. Yeah, suicide really bad now in North Carolina. Yeah. I'll post the link just in case, I don't know, you want to hear it again. He could have gone on and become a star. And he said, no, thank you. No, thank you. FEMA is apparently confiscating donated supplies in North Carolina. A 53-foot tracked trailer filled with winter supplies was delivered to Two Door Baptist Church in Elks Park, North Carolina on Sunday. FEMA confiscated those baby diapers and food supplies. Yep. And it's snowing in North Carolina. Up in the mountains, it gets very cold. A whole lot of people have no shelter. Huh. They did. Now they don't.
I know it's super dark, but I think you guys can tell we got some pretty heavy snow up here. This is near Banner Elk, and it is starting to stick a little bit. Not to the road so much, but it's coming down pretty good. We may have a few inches on the ground up here by morning time. This is definitely not good for the rescue operations that are going right now. There's still people very much at need. And so just pray that this snow would stop and blow out by tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Heaters. People need heaters.
Okay, guys, I just dropped a list for heaters. It's actually snowing again right now. As you can see over my shoulder, we have a snowstorm kind of blowing in. But I dropped a link for heaters in the comments. I've got some medical stuff coming later that we're going to need to get up here. But it is cold, and there's just a lot of need up here right now. So please check the link if you can. I know people have given so much. You guys have been so generous. So whatever you can send will be helpful.
This is his list on Amazon, and I will put the link in the chat. And because you have donated to me, I can donate propane, butane stove, space heaters, Mr. Heater. Okay. We have to help our fellow Americans. We have to. Okay. And I just want to also put in this link: free temporary housing in cabins Okay, who needs shelter? It's freezing in Asheville. The Pines Cottages is offering 12 or 13 free cottages to people and families in need of a roof over their head. All of the cottages have fireplaces, heat up nicely. Contact Dan at the Pines. Here's the telephone number. The link is in the chat. You can call Dan at 828 645 9661. The Pine Cottages. 346 Weaverville Road, Asheville. And yeah, I saw the comments, Well, that's what you get when you're not prepared. Judgment coming from that presumptuous mind. It's fabulous. Does so much good for us. Oh, where is this? Oh, I think I posted it. Oh, I don't know. Well, in other words, they didn't get much at all information about what was going on. None.
It's just like a horror show, just standing there on solid ground while full houses floated by with people sitting on top, like screaming for their lives.
Zoe Dadian's front yard became a front line in the most catastrophic disaster to ever hit her community of Swannanoa, North Carolina.
Look at that tree.
When the floodwaters receded,
Did you get him in for evacuation?
neighbors started talking about the warnings that came before.
It wasn't a mandatory.
It wasn't a mandate, right? It was just like flood warning.
Severe weather watches and warnings are sent by the National Weather Service, but evacuation orders come from local authorities. Many use FEMA's Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, or IPAWS, which pushes messages to cell phones, TVs, and radios in disaster-impacted areas. Buncombe County, where Dadian lives, sent a mandatory evacuation order out through IPAWS at 6:15 in the morning on September 27th. She says the alert didn't show up on her phone until hours later at 1 p.m.
And at that point, the landslide had occurred. We were digging bodies out of rubble, and there was nowhere to evacuate.
I asked FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell about the challenge of timely alerts during flash floods.
We need to keep learning on how we can better warn people, even if we don't know exactly where the flash flooding is going to happen.
Downed cell towers can stop or delay alerts from getting to everyone. But we've learned of another reason. Some counties certified to issue IPAWS alerts did not send any, according to a CBS News analysis of available FEMA data. Of 43 counties that experienced deaths during Helene, 29 did not send out alerts using the IPAWS system.
The county can get overwhelmed very quickly, especially small counties, not big populations.
When counties do send out critical warnings, how do you know if you're set up to receive them? Check to see if your government emergency notifications are turned off. If they are, you won't get alerts sent through IPAWS. If your notifications are turned on, you will get those IPAWS alerts. Some counties don't only use IPAWS, they have their own alert systems that require you to opt in. You won't get those alerts unless you've signed up in advance. On Zoe Dadian's phone, notifications were turned on, but she wishes she'd known sooner what was going to happen to her community.
Never in a million years did I imagine that it was going to be something that we weren't going to be able to weather.
No pun intended. No pun intended. And of course, another 450 million today announced by Blinken. Another 450 million for Ukraine. Whoa. My head is bursting. It's just bursting. And yeah. I don't even want to go here. I'm going to stick with what we're on right now. I have always felt like for those who suffer for whatever reason, I've always had this sense that they need to be heard. I need to listen. And then, of course, then beyond, if there's anything that I can do. And it's getting really cold up there. I know how bad things are. I know the economy. I know, the cold hearts, though you see an awful lot of warm hearts in this neck of the woods of our country. Thank God. But they need more. They need more help. And another 425 million. Doesn't this make you sick? 157 million announced like 10 days ago. Now 425 million. It is a slap in the face. These announcements, they want us to know. They want us to know that they think nothing of us, and whatever it is that they do think of us, it's just to create more suffering. Unfortunately, that's what psychopaths do. That's what the malignant narcissists do. They love it. That's why the good people have to band together and knock the hell out of these evil shitheads. But, there's an awful lot of government officials who are gung-ho with this too. And that's a big problem.
People are dying out there. And it is up to us to be able to try to protect them and be able to get them so they are restored as much as possible.
So government is controlling the searches now and telling all of the people who are doing the search to just turn around, get away, go on. Turning away search crews, medics, arborists, retired military. We spent the whole day just trying to get around the state troopers to get to the folks that no one has seen or heard from in 7 days. There's volunteers coming in from everywhere to help. But the government doesn't want us there.
Oh my God. Oh.
And every single day I come across these new towns that somebody else is, posting on. I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know. Okay, another county that somebody else is posting on. The entire area was decimated. Entire area. Huh. When are people going to be held accountable? When the people hold them accountable. That's it. It's not going to happen any other way. And yeah, people are getting really pissed. We're such a funny people. We don't even know how, to express our feelings, what is approved of, what's acceptable, what's appropriate. When bad shit happens, like what we're seeing, people get pissed. That's a natural emotion, an emotion God-given, right? But you have so many people who are, oh, you shouldn't get angry. That's what they want. Don't get angry. So I'm going to control all of my emotions because that's what they want. Well, aren't you still controlling your emotions? That's when you're betrayed, you get angry. Yeah. And I'd like to see people stop controlling other people and telling them what they should be feeling, how they should be feeling it.
Are you fucking kidding me? I usually don't jump in on any of this political bullshit, but what in the actual fuck, FEMA? Are you kidding me right now? We're gonna completely stop all of our search and rescue and all of our help with these people because they're mad and forming militias and stuff like that and coming and yelling at us because we're giving people maybe $700 because their homes got fucked off and we're maybe giving them a night in a hotel. But we're spending billions of dollars on foreign fucking wars and billions of dollars on people just coming into the fucking country illegally. But all of you guys, you can go fuck yourselves because you're getting angry now because we're fucking you over. The government is fucking you over. FEMA is fucking you over. You're not allowed to get angry about that. And you know how I know that? Because the sheriff of Asheville himself came out and said, hey guys, let's just help each other out in these recovery processes and don't stir the pot. What the fuck is don't stir the pot, you little bitch? What the fuck is that? You're getting bent over backwards and you're saying don't stir the pot? Fuck you. And you little fucking bought and paid for force. Fuck all that. Rebel on all of them. Fuck FEMA.
People get pissed, okay? This is very serious, what's going on. People are dying. People have died. People lost everything. And then you have, these government officials coming in to control everything. Confiscating donations, confiscating businesses, actually, commandeering businesses. It's okay. It's okay. In fact, it would be really nice to see people pissed because it would mean that, oh, they can see some reality and they're responding to what they see. You don't get pissed? Huh. You let these evil bastards destroy people? You don't get pissed? Because you're not destroyed. Oh, I see. I get how it works. And people are posting their family members missing. There's still a lot of people missing. Charles Richard McLean, 49 years old, missing since October 13, Nashville, Tennessee. He was last seen in the Old Hickory area. This is my brother. This is Black Mountain, North Carolina. So, 425 million to Ukraine. 425 million could build an awful lot of simple houses in the Appalachian Mountains for these people. Hotel rooms, kick the illegal migrants out, and let Americans live there, right? Doesn't that make sense? You know, this is the man, look, after losing his home in North Carolina, J. Robert Watson offered FEMA space inside his place of business, and now FEMA has pretty much commandeered his business.
I look tired. That's because I've been volunteering with the distribution of food and supplies with FEMA here luckily at the same building where the portal is to my business. On Friday, I found out companies have been sending these products that are not going to be distributed to the public because they don't meet certain health requirements. And they're going to store them in Suite 1400, the big room, which is where I have events and a big portion of my business model. For the next 90 days, they have to store all these hazardous food products, basically pallets and pallets of prime. Can't make this shit up. So that's a big hit. I'm like, okay, no events for 90 days. I can work with that. I still have other spaces. I still have this room, gallery hall, as well as another room on the other side of that wall. And then back here I have my office, which I call the utility room, because it was a utility room. And out here, the courtyard. Finally getting cleaned up. It's a big mess out here. But I just got a phone call today saying they need the courtyard to put 2 dumpsters in it. I said, okay. For how long? And they said, well, and why won't you put the dumpsters in the back with all the other dumpsters? Basically, and yeah, I can't make this shit up. Basically, they said, well, we don't want the dumpsters to be seen by people driving by or whatever. As a matter of fact, we just emailed you your lease termination paperwork. So you're telling me that FEMA and the National Guard have just commandeered my space while I'm looking for a new place to live, volunteer, and still work to get some income whenever I can. Now it's all gone. It's not, we'll relocate you or compensate you for 90 days. It's straight, we need your space. You have 30 days to leave. I don't know what to do. I've been searching for a place like this for 3 years. I just put everything into this, all my time. You know how it goes. The portal to me is not just my art studio and where I make a living. It was everything to me. I would get another studio space before I find a place to live. Anytime, all the time, every time. Still in shock. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do. Here we go again. Support me if you want to. I really appreciate everybody. I'm just I didn't get wiped out by the hurricane itself, but the company that's doing the hurricane relief. I mean, there's enough space for everybody. Put the dumpsters in the, shitty companies don't send shitty products for your tax break. I don't know. I'm just going to stop bitching. I don't know.
So FEMA is giving him 30 days to vacate, and they're coming in and taking over. Wow. Okay. Wow. Standing up alone is very, very difficult, and you get nowhere. That's why the communities have to get really strong. Really strong. Here, another Micaville, North Carolina.
Darkness and dust, shadows are dancing, rising for my head. I'm hanging on, I'm trying to.
When you realize it's town after town after town after town, county after county after county after county, not just Asheville, right? So, how many people do you think have died? And in one of those videos, when I said, if you wanted to, you can read. Mothers looking for their babies. A husband looking for his wife. Yeah. This is really fucking bad. Just...
Okay, sorry, just seeing the news for the first time in a week. The death toll is not right. Just in Swannanoa alone, I can account for 145 bodies found through either the teams that I was running for search and rescue or state police source that we were working with was telling us about. So we found, the state police found 90 along 70, 12 by the high school in Swannanoa. My team found 3 on Beatree Road, 2 on Moffett Road. I had a team on their way to 19 Good Loop off of Highway 70, and they were stopped by police because they were cleaning up 30 bodies that were found in the river right near there, and they told us that they were finding 5 and 6 at a time, but I didn't get a total on that. So I know at least 145 bodies found in Swannanoa, and the last I saw, I just looked it up. They said last verified was 93 total in North Carolina. I have 145 just in Swannanoa. Not to mention, there are 1,200 people missing just in Swannanoa. So the math ain't mathin', guys. On top of that, I was personally involved in getting out 4,140 body bags. I know the number is higher than that. We're trying to track down all the body bags we gave out, but I can personally attest for I came up with 2,000 in one of our trucks. I know another 2,000 was flown out to Elk River Airport for authorities requesting them there. 100 I helped get to Little Switzerland, and I just gave 40 to the Batcave Fire Department, and they come in boxes of 20, so they needed at least more than 20 there. So I mean, that's 4,140 body bags that have been requested. And so if you're asking for 2,000 body bags, well, you need more than 1,000, don't you? I mean, why would you ask for that many? The numbers aren't right. I don't know what to think about this, but there you go.
Because we never actually get the truth on the numbers. We never get the truth on the numbers. And we know that, right? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, my God, we've got a shitload of evil taking place. And the good soldiers, come on down. Come on down. And help the food pantries and help the animal shelters. And if you're in areas that are close enough for you to drive, maybe a couple of hours driving down, help them. There's a lot of people, and you'll see them. They need help. Bring some donations, give out some money. Yeah, it's really important. Did I lose? Oh, shoot, I did. I'm going to have to find that Amazon link again. But yeah, do your best. Live honestly and speak honestly, and that's the only way that we can manifest anything different. And on that note, stay safe. Stay safe. Good night and good luck. Thank you for showing up. Hope to see you tomorrow night. Ciao, guys.